Welcome to the Socialette podcast, where we empower you with the marketing know-how you need to create the business of your dreams. I'm your host, Steph Taylor, and I'm a marketing nerd, Shiraz lover, and passport stamp collector. Join me as I dive into all things small business marketing and deliver them to you in bite-sized, fluff-free lessons every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Let's get learning. Hey, welcome back to Socialette. This is episode 117. This episode is brought to you by my free 3-day Simpler Marketing Challenge. If you're feeling overwhelmed, scattered, and simply all over the place when it comes to marketing your business, it's time that we fix that. Over the 3 days, we'll clarify, simplify, and streamline how you market your business so that you're getting the best results possible for your limited time, money, and energy. I'll also share some of my biggest hacks for saving time when it comes to marketing your business, so that you don't have to spend hours every single day trying to do all of the things. Head to stephtaylor.co/challenge to register for the free 3-day challenge. Okay, today's episode. How do you come up with ideas for your content? If you're consistently and regularly creating content, there will inevitably be a time when you just run out of ideas. You simply don't have a clue what to post or record or publish. This applies to pretty much any kind of content that you can create, from Instagram captions, blog posts, to podcast episodes, to YouTube videos. There is so much content out there. So often you'll find that the main topics you could create content about, they've already been done to death. So how do you come up with ideas for fresh content then? So as a side note, just quickly, just because a particular topic has had a lot of content created about it, doesn't mean that you can't create your own content around it as well. You just need to make sure that yours is better quality, so maybe it's more in-depth or it's more researched. Okay, now onto the 5 ways to come up with ideas for your content. Number 1, ask the audience. Who better to ask than the people who will actually be interacting with your content? They know what kind of content they want to consume better than anyone else does, so stop trying to read their minds and just ask them. So the funny thing here is that I was in need of ideas for podcast topics the other day, and I put the feelers out on my Instagram stories to ask people what they wanted to hear. And this exact topic, the one that I'm speaking on right now, was one of the suggested ones. So it can be super helpful. There are a couple of different ways you can ask your audience. You could ask them in an Instagram post or a Facebook post, in an Instagram stories post like I did. You could email your list and ask them, or if you're just starting out and you don't have your own audience yet, you could post in a Facebook group with people who are actually in your target audience. Number 2, listen to the questions that people always ask you. Chances are you get asked the same few questions over and over and over again. Let's say, for example, that you always get asked a question about why you included a particular ingredient in your product. You could write a blog post or a social media post about the key benefits of that ingredient. This type of content is great because then the next time that someone asks you, you can point them towards the piece of content that answers their question. And that saves you a lot of time in the process as well, because you don't have to type out an email reply or actually spend time explaining it to them. Have a think about other questions that people in your target audience might ask as well, because it's highly likely that these are the things they are Googling. So if you can write a blog post that answers this question, you might get to enjoy a little bit of some sweet organic traffic from Google. Number 3, tell stories. Stories are my favorite type of content. They're really good for capturing attention and for keeping people reading, even when your content is a little bit longer. If you've had something funny or interesting happen to you, share it. Even if it doesn't relate to what your business does, there will always be a way to relate it back. I keep a note on my phone with a list of all the different stories that I can tell. So if I'm ever stuck with writer's block, I refer back to that list and I can hopefully find a story that fits the point I'm trying to make. There are a lot of writing prompts online as well, so give it a quick Google and you'll find that there are lots of websites that will give you lists of writing prompts to get you thinking and get you creating. Number 4, keep a note or a spreadsheet with ideas. If you're anything like me, you will find that ideas for content come to you at the strangest times. For me, it happens when I'm driving or when I'm sitting having a glass of wine with friends. When these ideas come to you, write them down. Otherwise, you will forget them. Even if they're not relevant right now, they might be in a few months' time and you'll regret not having written them down. Number 5 is to use Ubersuggest or other SEO tools. Ubersuggest is a free keyword research tool, and how it works is that you can type a keyword in and it'll tell you what people are searching for around that topic. It's particularly helpful if you're writing blog posts or if you're creating YouTube videos because SEO does matter there, but it's still good for other kinds of content. There are other SEO tools that do similar things, but Ubersuggest is just the best free one that I found. That's it for this episode. If you're enjoying this podcast, make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss any new episodes released every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you have a tiny bit of time to spare, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a quick rating and a review. Thanks so much for listening. Catch you next time.